Welcome to the product tutorials on how to set up the due dates for timesheets in the Replicon system. I'm now logged in into the Replicon instance. Due dates in Replicon serve two purposes. One, they decide when exactly is the timesheet supposed to be submitted, and if the timesheet is not submitted on the due date, then it gets into an overdue state. It is easy for the supervisors or the managers to go ahead and report then on the overdue timesheets and know that who are the employees who have not submitted the timesheet on time. The other benefit of having a due date is to go ahead and have them enabled in the email notifications or notifications. These email notifications or notifications that you have in your system can be configured to be sent out either on the due date or days before the due date or days after the due date. In this video, I will explain how the due dates can be set up for any timesheets in Replicon. In order to do so, go over to your Administration tab and then move over to the timesheet settings available under the timesheet section. In the timesheet settings, the first section that you would have here will be called the due dates. By default, there are two due dates available. One is timesheets are due and the other are timesheet approvals are due. These are set to be 0 days after the last day of the period and 1 day after the timesheets are due accordingly. Now the timesheets are due if it's set to 0 days after the last day of the period, then the due date is the last day of the period that you have. For instance, if your timesheet ends on a Saturday, the due date becomes the Saturday. You can go ahead and change this to 1 day, 2 day or X number of days after the last day of the period. You cannot set it to be in the past. You can only set it to be either on the day the period ends or sometime in future. If I set it as 1 day after the last day of the period and my timesheet ends on a Saturday, then my due date becomes Sunday. You can go ahead and put any X number out here and the due dates will be set up accordingly. Please remember that these are global settings and whatever you set up here will be responsible for all the employees in the organization. These will also affect the email notifications or notifications that you have in the system. The timesheet approvals are due will be effective after the timesheet due notifications have been sent out. It is now set to be 1 day after the timesheets are due. So if my timesheet is due on Sunday, the timesheet approvals are due will be on the next Monday. This is how the due dates can be set up in the Replicon system. Thank you for watching the video. Did you know that you can now stay updated about the new features of Replicon or get in touch with Replicon using the Replicon community? In order to access the Replicon community, from our homepage, go over to Customer Zone, and on Customer Zone, go ahead and choose Community. On this community, you can sign in, start posting your ideas, questions, and if there are any things that you would like the product management team to know directly, then go ahead and feel free to post the things here. Also, click on Categories, and under the Categories section, you can go ahead and choose Product Updates to stay updated about the new features that we implement every week in Replicon.